Just 2 days ago, did we watch the conclusion of the Premiership from season 24-25, where we saw Livingston reinstate their Premiership status with an emphatic win over Ross County up in Dingwall. But now our attention already turns to the new campaign, one that starts right here today. Joining me today, I'm delighted to welcome familiar face, former Hearts, Hibernian and Manchester United midfielder Michael Stewart, who will be conducting the draw and overseeing proceedings. We have SPFL Competitions Executive Liam McNally. Michael, thank you for joining us today. An exciting day for a lot of the clubs involved in the competition. They can already start to look ahead to the new campaign, the first competitive season fixtures of the season as well.
Yeah, it's it's become part of the football calendar in Scotland, the Premier Sports Cup early in the campaign, and obviously the draw is a huge part of that for the clubs to find out who it is that they're going to be playing against in July. So I'm sure there's quite a few folk that are tuning in to see what comes out.
Indeed. Well, we won't keep them waiting too much longer. But before we start the draw, let's remind ourselves of the format of the competition. Once again, we have 40 clubs participating in the group stage, including SPFL newcomers East Kilbride and Highland League champions Brora Rangers and runners-up Brecon City. The 8 group winners and 3 best runners-up will be joined in the last 16 by European entrants Celtic, Rangers, Hibernian, Dundee United and Saturday's Scottish Cup winners Aberdeen. As has been the case in recent seasons, there is again no regionalisation in this year's draws, and clubs are split into 5-seeded pots based on last season's final league placings, as you've been able to see on your screen there. Now, on to the draw itself. We will start with pot 1 and we will draw clubs in Group A, Group B, the third into Group C and so on until we have clubs in Group A to Group H. We'll then repeat the same process with pot 2 all the way up into pot 5 until we have our 8 groups confirmed. So, with all of that in mind, Liam, if you could place the first pot into the ball. Thank you, Liam. Michael, give it a good stir and we'll see who our first club out is.
Number 8.
Starting us off, number 8, Falkirk, back-to-back promotions for them, their first club into Group A.
Number 6.
Number 6 is Ross County, the 2016 League Cup winners, will be participating in the Championship next season. They're in Group B.
Number 5.
Into Group C, we have Dundee, who are still currently looking for a new manager ahead of the new campaign. Into Group D.
Number 1.
Number 1 is St Mirren, who finished top 6 for a 3rd year running, but narrowly missed out on European football. They're in Group D.
Number 2.
Going into Group E, we have Heart of Midlothian, and they'll start their campaign in July under Derek McInnes, and he'll be hoping to get off to a good start. Into Group F.
Number 7.
Number 7 is St Johnstone, and they were winners back in 2021. Going into Group G.
Number 3.
Number 3, Motherwell, one of last season's semi-finalists in this competition. And finally, completing our groups for the first time round.
Number 4.
Number 4 is Kilmarnock, newly appointed manager Stuart Kettlewell will be looking for a good start. Liam, if you could place pot 2 into the ball. Over to you, Michael.
Number 15.
Joining Falkirk in Group A is Queen's Park, and they've recently appointed Sean Crichton as their new head coach. Going into Group B.
Number 11.
It's number 11, Partick Thistles, and the Jags famously beat Celtic to win the cup back in 1971. Joining Dundee in Group C.
Number 16.
It's number 16, Airdronians, who managed to retain their championship status after the playoffs. Going into Group D.
Number 10.
It's number 10 is Ayr United, and they finished 3rd in the Championship last season. Joining Heart of Midlothian in Group E.
Number 14.
Number 14 is Dunfermline Athletic, and they've been League Cup runners-up on 3 occasions previously. Going into Group F and joining St Johnstone.
Number 12.
Is number 12, Raith Rovers, and they just missed out on promotion under Barry Robson last season. Joining Motherwell in Group G.
It's number 13.
It's number 13, Greenock Morton, and they finished 6th in the Championship last season, which means going into Group H.
Is number 9.
Is number 9, Livingston, who I'm sure will still be celebrating after their win over Ross County on Monday night. Liam, if you could place pot 3 in the bowl. Going into Group A.
It's number 19.
Number 19 is Cove Rangers, and they were League One runners-up who lost out to Airdrie in the playoffs. Going into Group B.
Is number 20.
Number 20 is Queen of the South, and they finished 3rd in League One last season.
22.
22, Alloa Athletic joined Dundee and Airdronians in Group C.
18.
18 is Arbroath, and they managed to make an immediate return back to the Championship after winning League One last season.
Number 17.
Going into Group E, number 17, we have Hamilton Academical, who will be competing in League One next season.
Number 24.
24 is Inverness Caledonian Thistles, who are runners-up to Aberdeen in the 2014 final, and they have gone into Group F, which means into Group G.
21.
Is 21 Stenhouse Muir, and they finished top 4 in their first season back in League One. So finally,
It's number 23.
23 is Kelty Hearts, who confirmed this month the appointment of Thomas O'Ware as their player manager. Liam, onto our penultimate pot. The group's shaping up nicely there. Over to you again, Michael.
Number 32.
First out of pot 4, we have the Spartans, and the club had a fantastic run last year, reaching the quarterfinals. They go into Group A.
Number 30.
Into Group B, we have Edinburgh City, who finished 3rd in League Two last season. And they joined Ross County and Partick Thistle in Group B.
Number 25.
Into Group C, we have Montrose, who will be looking forward to an 8th successive season in League One.
Number 26.
26, Annan Athletic go into Group D, joining St Mirren and Ayr United. Going into Group E.
Is number 27.
27 is Dumbarton, and their best run in this competition is reaching the semi-final. Into Group F.
It's 31.
It's 31, and that's Elgin City, a 4th place finish in League Two last season for them. Going into Group G.
28.
Is 28, Peterhead, and they are back in League One after being crowned League Two champions last season. And finally,
Is 29.
29 is East Fife. Dick Campbell led the club to promotion via the playoffs against Annan this season. So Liam, if you could place the final pot in the bowl, and we will begin with the last pot and conclude our 8 groups for this year. Over to you, Michael, for the final time.
Number 40.
Number 40 is Brecon City, who were runners-up of the Highland last season. Into Group B and completing it, we have
Number 35.
number 35, Stranraer, who were 8th in League Two last season. So we have Groups A and B completed. Now on to Group C.
37.
37 is Bonnyrigg Rose, who lost their SPFL status this season. They conclude Group C. Into Group D, we have going
36.
36 is Forfar Athletic, and they retained their SPFL status this season under Jim Weir. Into Group E.
33.
33 is Stirling Albion, and they reached the last 16 of this competition 2 years ago. They'll be hoping for another good run. Into Group F.
38.
Is 38 East Kilbride, and they'll be gearing up for their new season as an SPFL club this year. Going into Group G.
Is 34.
34 is Clyde, who finished 7th in League 2 last season. And our final club, and completing Group H, we have
39.
Number 39, Brora Rangers, who pipped Brecon City to the Highland League title last season. So that concludes the group stage draw of the Premier Sports Cup for season 2025-26. Thank you to Michael, and thank you for Liam for their assistance. Now let's take a reminder of those groups. So we have there in Group A, Falkirk, Queen's Park, Cove Rangers, the Spartans and Brecon City. Group B, Ross County, Partick, Queen of the South, Edinburgh City and Stranraer. Any other ones in there that...
Well, I'm looking at Group E in particular with Hearts. They'll be disappointed that they're not in Europe, but coming up against Dunfermline, who no doubt will be looking to try to kick on and challenge in the Championship. But that's an interesting one there. And the next group along with St Johnstone and Raith Rovers, obviously both in the Championship this season, get an idea of what's going to happen there.
And East Kilbride, SPFL newcomers as well in with them.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, East Kilbride have they've done extremely well to get up into the league structure, the SPFL, and I'm sure they'll be looking at quite a few of the teams there and wanting to make a fist of it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. They'll be hoping for a good start to that campaign. Now, the group stage will be played over 5 match days, beginning on the weekend of the 12th and 13th of July. Fixture dates and TV selections will be confirmed by the SPFL in due course, so be sure to keep an eye out on the official SPFL social media channels for updates. Thank you for joining us, and we wish all the clubs the very best of luck in the 2025-26 Premier Sports Cup.
The Harry's starter set. Get our trim and